Look what I've got my little gluten-free fingers on. Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in this video. Today I'm going to be taste testing a bunch of cookie and cream gluten-free cookies, Oreos, but you know, they can't call them that, against the one, the only gluten-free Oreo from the US. I have heard so many good things about the gluten-free Oreos that I thought I just had to gather as many of the dupes that I could find and taste test them all together. It's scientific research, what can I say? The people need to know. So I have got 6 cookie and cream cookies that I will be taste testing today. I couldn't find 3, so I have 3 honorable mentions, but we will get to them soon. So how we're gonna do this is I'm gonna eat them and let you know what I think. But I'll also tell you the price, how much you get in a packet, and what's in it in terms of allergens. I have also got a glass of milk. It's actually almond milk, but it looks pretty creamy, to be honest. Yeah. And a cup of green tea with jasmine, because I feel like it's a good palate cleanser. Let's start with the first one. This is the vegan bakery cookies and cream. These cookies are vegan. They cost £2.99 for 200 grams worth of cookies. They are vegan, but they may contain egg and milk. And these cookies do not contain oat. That is a question that people wanted to know when I said I was doing this taste test, is whether they have oats in them or not. Because as we know, a quarter of celiacs react to oats as well, and they aren't considered gluten-free in Australia, New Zealand, maybe some other countries. Over here they are, but that does unfortunately mean that a lot of these biscuits, especially the gluten-free Oreos, will never make their way to New Zealand and Australia because they can't legally be sold. I'll just try them for you. So I have had these before. I'll tell you what I think of them after I try it. So here is the cookie, and here is the pattern. I don't know if you can see that. They kind of have a weird smell to me, but that's okay. They aren't for me, but I do know a lot of people love them. I just find them a little bit chalky, and they have a kind of a strange smell and taste to me. Kind of like soured milk. I know that that isn't possible because they're vegan, but the smell kind of reminds me of soured milk. I give these 5 Oreos out of 10. Now I'm going to try the cookies and cream from Morrisons, and I just want you to think about the ingredients and what they look like as we carry on, because I don't mean to bring back biscuit conspiracies, but I think we're onto something here. So the Morrisons biscuit is £1.25, making it the cheapest of the day. It's also 180 grams. It is vegan as well. It does contain soya, it does contain oat, and it does have a may contain for nuts. In terms of the biscuit themselves, a lot thicker than the vegan bakery ones. I'll compare the two. With a much lighter brown colour. This is like proper like black. Thick, a lot of icing in there. These don't smell weird. Interesting. Very sweet. Much sweeter than the vegan bakery ones. In fact, I think I like the vegan bakery ones a little bit better. The texture I think is better for the Morrisons one, but the flavour is just a little bit too sweet, and that might be because they've got a huge chunk of icing in between them. I give it 5.5 Oreos out of 10. Should I be dunking these in milk to test as well? Still too sweet, but I'll start dunking them in milk. Now we move on to Pruitts, which is one of my favourite biscuit companies. The Pruitts one costs £2. You can find them in Waitrose. You get 142 grams, and these as well contain oat and soya with a may contain for nuts. We noticing a pattern yet? If not, take a look at the cutout for this. Very similar, isn't it? Maybe between Morrisons, I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but between Morrisons, this one's Morrisons and this one's Pruitts, slightly darker colour. Let's give it a go. Okay. Definitely not the same biscuit. It looks similar, but it tastes very different to me. Yeah, these are good. These have more of a cocoa flavour, not as sweet as well as the Morrisons one. It does have kind of an interesting texture, like almost too crisp. I don't know if you can hear that. These are definitely like more crisp, maybe more crumbly. Crisp and crumbly. Nice flavour though. I give these 6.5 Oreos out of 10. Let's move on to our Sainsbury's cookies and cream biscuit. The Sainsbury's one costs £1.40 and you get 160 grams. They also contain oat and soy, and funnily enough, may contain for nuts as well. Gosh, it's like they're almost making this at the exact same factory. Let's check out that pattern. Huh! What do you know? It's exactly the same. Not a very even icing distribution, but it does seem like less icing than the last two. Okay. These are really dry. It's crazy how these are all basically the same biscuit, but there's so much difference. Yeah, these are really dry. Like, the moisture has just been taken out of my mouth. Might be better with a milk dip. No, it's not. And maybe not sweet enough. A good point is it's got a good cocoa flavour, but very dry to me, and they sort of sit in the back of your throat a bit weird. So I'm gonna give them 4 Oreos out of 10. Not good. Moving swiftly on to the Free From Co-op cookies and cream. These ones are £1.50. You get 142 grams. Contains oat and soy, and it might contain nuts. Also milk. Might contain milk as well. At this point, are we even surprised at the look of it? Oh. Check out, I sort of bit into it weird, but check out this interesting texture. It's got a lot of bits in it. I don't know if you can see. I think these are even worse than the Sainsbury's one. Very dry as well. Maybe not sweet enough, to be honest. But very, very similar. I'd say the Sainsbury's one are just better. So I have to give the Co-op one 3.5 Oreos out of 10. That's pretty bad. I feel like 3.5 is an incredibly low rating. Okay, I'm sort of exaggerating the ratings a little bit just because they're all very similar. In fact, you could probably buy any one of these and put them all on a plate and not really know which one you're eating. If we're really thinking about it, I don't like the Co-op ones at all. Weird texture, weird mouthfeel, not sweet enough. Before we move on to the gluten-free Oreos, I just wanted to let you know the honourable mentions that we did not try today. That would be Asda's gluten-free cookies and cream. They cost £1.35, 142 grams as well. Also contain oat and soya. In my opinion, from trying a lot of biscuits from a lot of supermarkets, I think it's going to taste a lot like the Co-op and Sainsbury's one, so I'm not too bothered that I couldn't find it. Love more. Now here's a wonderful gluten-free brand. Their O Chocos is what they're called. £2.07 and do not contain oats. So they are the only other one other than Vegan Bakery that do not contain oats in their sort of gluten-free cookies and cream biscuit. I could not find how many grams you get, but Lovemore have a lot of beautiful gluten-free products. I think you can order online. And the last one, which is a little bit of a different league, the Gatto & Co cookies and cream biscuit. For a pack of 2, you pay £1.59. That's 42 grams. They also contain oats. But I do love those ones. They're one of my favourite snacks. They're a completely different biscuit feel to these ones. They're much more softer and bigger biscuits. So I wish I could have gotten them for you today. Usually I find them at Pruitts. Had no luck. I literally went to about 8 Pruitts. Who says taste testing cookies is easy? Not me. It requires a lot of hard work. Now it's the time we've all been waiting for. The gluten-free Oreos. I don't even want to open them. They look too perfect. Okay. So you get 376 grams. So quite a sizable amount of Oreos. They do contain oat and soy as well, and because these are from the US, I found it very interesting to look at their nutritional information and how that's laid out. So in the ingredients, they have whole oat flour. Oat isn't bolded like I think it would be bolded here. And also it does have soy, and the soy in the ingredients isn't bolded either, but at the end there's a bolded contains soy, not oats. So I don't know if you find it interesting, but I find it quite fascinating. I think bolding or capitalizing the letters of an ingredient that is one of the 14 top allergens is a requirement here in the UK. Might have to double check that. But it's interesting to see when that doesn't happen. So this is what it looks like. Contains soy at the bottom there. And just for reference, if you're in America and you haven't seen a UK ingredients list, you can kind of see there. See that the little bolded items, they're the allergens. And I'm pretty sure oats always has to be bolded, but I have to double check on that. Oh, and I didn't tell you the price. So if you're going to try find these in the UK, there isn't many places that sell them, but your best bet is to try like American candy stores. And Gluten-free Street Gang, Matt, recently did a post on where he found some, and he found some I think in the Oxford Circus American store. It's huge, it has a big Oreo section, and he also said I think there was one in Leicester Square, but I'll put all the details up here so you can try find them yourself. And if you're going to buy them here, you'll be paying about £7 or £8. You can also find them on Amazon for £15 per packet. So that's crazy. If you are in America, they are $3.67, I believe. Which is weirdly the same amount of grams that it is. $3.67 American dollars is the Walmart price. I hope that's a good figure to choose from. It's the only store I know in the US. Let's go. I'm just gonna do it down here. Wow. Ooh. I was worried I wasn't gonna remember what gluten Oreos taste like, but just from a whiff of this, I think I have an idea. I think I can remember. Look at them. Oh, beautiful. Can you see that? And it has gluten-free on it. Okay. I've heard so many good things about this, so maybe my expectations are a bit too high, but let's go. Oh. That is what an Oreo is supposed to taste like. Mmm! Oh no! I remember! Oh no! Oh no, these are so much better. Nothing compares. These are easily... Oh damn, these are really good. Oh no! I should try another one just to like quality control check that they're all that good. Oh. I'm so glad I saved these till last, because I would have been so disappointed eating these. I don't think that they taste any different from gluten Oreos. I seriously did not know if I was going to even be able to remember the taste of gluten Oreos, but I do. I can't afford to keep up this lifestyle. Okay, so on taste alone and how much you get in the package, 10 Oreos out of 10. But just the fact that I can't get them easily, maybe I'll have to give them a 9 Oreos out of 10. But they just taste so delicious. I was really worried that I wasn't going to remember what an Oreo tasted like. As soon as I tasted them, I was like, yep, that's it. That's the one. That is my childhood right there. But we're not done here, because I would be remiss not to talk about the gluten-free Oreo controversy that is going on about their oats. So gluten-free Oreos use oat flour, like a lot of these biscuits do. However, there is a thing in the US called purity protocol, which basically means that your oats are processed away from wheat, barley or rye. There is measures put in place to prevent cross-contamination, and that is kind of like a gold standard for oats, I believe. So because these aren't purity protocol oats, there has been questions to the manufacturer about how these oats are sourced and if they are in fact gluten-free. But according to the manufacturer, I'm just reading off an article here, Oreo cookies are made with GFCO certified gluten-free oats and manufactured in a GFCO certified facility. However, despite repeated inquiries by Gluten-Free Watchdog, they have not been able to answer the question about their oats. Are they sorted or are they purity protocol? Which has given people just a tiny wee sense of unease about the lack of transparency. However, Gluten-free Watchdog, in fact, has tested several packs of these. They've all come back gluten-free, considered gluten-free, as in under the 20 ppm parts per million of gluten, which would therefore be considered celiac safe. In fact, I'm just reading here that they have actually been tested by a third party to have under 10 ppm of gluten in them. So that's good. So yeah, there has been a little bit of contention around gluten-free Oreos. You might be asking why, if there's a little bit of uncertainty around it, did you choose to eat them? They have been approved by GFCO, so for me, that's enough. If you can see that in the corner there. I'll let you know if I react though, but I'm feeling pretty fine. It's been about 15 minutes. Should probably double check to see if they're still good. Yeah? Still good. Oh my gosh, there's one more Oreo I didn't try. Bit fluffy, but 10 out of 10. So you might be wondering, what the hell are you going to do with all these now? Great question. I have thought about that. I'm going to go make myself something up in the kitchen that will be Oreo something or other. Probably a pie or a cheesecake or something like that. Let's go do that now. From me today, I have one hell of a sugar headache. But I hope you enjoyed that cheesecake. If you'd like the recipe for it, I will pop the link to it in the description box below. But otherwise, thanks for joining me while I tried these gluten-free Oreos. If you are in London, I hope you are able to get your hands on these if you want to. It looks like Oxford Circus or Leicester Square would be the place to go. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like these are going to be sold in the UK anytime soon. The last time I did check was a while ago though, so we never know. Things might change, but to be quite honest, it isn't looking entirely hopeful. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be making my way through these beautiful Oreos probably in the next couple of days. Or tonight. Let me know if there's something else you'd like me to taste here. As long as it's yummy, I will do it for you. Alright, have a wonderful day and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!